So I got ahead this week.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. What'd you say?
I got ahead this week.
Oh, you got a head. A head. A is an
Dude,
important key
seriously?
there.
I couldn't have been clearer.
I don't know about that.
You disgust me.
The first time you said it, it did kind of sound like the was missing. The sound. Did you get ahead?
What about Captain America's head would make you think?
Is Captain America's head that good?
I think it was a blockbuster.
That's good. That's good. So you got a head. Two separate words right there.
Yes, I got a head.
Yeah. Why? Friggin' Scooby-Doo tiptoeing in the background.
This is a popcorn bucket.
Ah, nice.
And also, it was
so much.
It was $19 when I went to the theater to get this, a extra large popcorn with a free refill, and a large drink that also came with a commemorative Captain America cup.
Nice.
Plus, I get like discounts because I'm a movie club member.
Nice.
So it was like that's too good of a deal not to get.
Oh, for sure. You should put that right on top of your other Captain America bucket. It'll be like the giant head at the top of the bucket.
I don't know if it'll fit, and I don't want to ruin the bucket.
Why would it ruin the bucket? Is it like 1,000 pounds? Like, is it gonna crush the bucket?
No, but like it's hard to get that lid, like the shield lid on that bucket.
I was just saying, set the head on top of all of that. Like, you don't have to do anything else. You just gently place it on top.
Yeah, but I'm not gentle.
Well, AJ back there apparently is. You can ask him.
I'm about as gentle as in. Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I might as well be Connor today the way I be falling asleep on this podcast.
Just because you're sleepy, you can't appreciate the expert level Invincible joke that I just did.
It was a pretty good Invincible joke. It was a pretty are you gonna do the Invincible title card, or is that copyright infringement? Are we just gonna do the Garlic Boys like normal?
If I can find some way to make a Garlic Boys style Invincible.
Okay, hold on. I can do that on Canva, and we have to somehow find music that kind of goes along with what Invincible does in the beginning.
AJ. He said no.
Okay, you know what? While I talk to you, because I can double task, I'm gonna make this on Canva.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm really good at multitasking.
That's another Invincible joke. Haha, got him.
Oh, I don't get
it. I don't either. But for some reason, right now on TikTok, there's a joke where people are just editing the scene where Mark tells his parents that he got his powers, but they're re-editing Nolan like saying, "Are you sure?" Just to everything. It's like, no, Mom, I'm great. I had a good day today. And it's like, are you sure? Are you sure?
Interesting.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's great.
Are you sure?
Shut up. I will murder you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Better.
How's your week, bud?
I don't know, if I'm being 100% honest. You know, like, it's just one of those weeks that like went by and you're like, what did I do this week? What happened?
I could tell you what happened to me while you edit.
What happened? I'd love to hear that.
I got food poisoning.
Uh-oh.
It was awful.
Yeah, I can imagine. How?
I'm not clear on the how.
What do you mean? You eat food and then you feel like garbage afterwards. That's how it works.
Okay, so there's only one other person that I know that got food poisoning from it, and like I don't know if that's like the same thing or if it's just a coincidence.
Right.
So like technically I don't even know if it was food poisoning. It might have been something else. But all I know is I woke up on Monday morning and I spent 3 hours on the bathroom floor.
Oh, not good.
Yeah.
That's terrible, actually.
I was turned into a human fountain.
Okay.
And at one point, I think my body went into shock because every inch of my skin was covered in sweat, and I had to splash myself in the face with cold water from the shower to actually like regain function of my body.
Oh my goodness, dude, that's
And
terrible.
all before 9 a.m.
Wow. I mean, that's a good time to do it, you know.
No, it was not a good time.
Well, we can agree to disagree.
How about you get food poisoning and tell me it's a good time?
Okay, we'll do.
But I feel like it was that though, because I woke up the next day and like I wasn't fully great, but
Right.
like I didn't feel ill anymore. It was just like, oh my gosh, my body is sore now from puking 3 times.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. I haven't puked since I was a child, so I'm gonna keep it that
Yes, we know of your superhuman ability because of your fear of throwing up.
way. I wouldn't call it a fear. I would call it a refusal.
Which I still don't believe is a possible thing. I
I
don't think you can just
It
will yourself
obviously
not
is.
to
Obviously, I am a living example of that ability. I'm half rat because rats can't vomit.
You're telling me out of a sure power of determination and will you have not thrown up in 13 years.
I feel like more than 13. I'm 25. That would make me 12 the last time I puked.
You were 26 and I thought you just
I'm
said that you haven't
26.
puked since you were 13.
I haven't puked since I was a child, is what I said.
Bro, do you really just forget your own age?
I did forget my own age. Thank you. Yeah. There are no fonts that actually work for this. It's infuriating.
Yeah, I believe Invincible has its own font.
Right, and that's fine, but I just need something similar, and there's nothing similar. Hold on. I was very cold when I walked in here to sit down and record this podcast, and now I'm sweating my entire butt off. The whole thing, every part of it.
Did you take your pants off then?
No, I did not.
Well, it makes your butt colder if you take your pants off. You should try it.
No thanks. I like my pants where they are.
But yeah, so like Monday on the floor, horrible, couldn't move anything. Tuesday, very sore, wasn't great. Wednesday, felt perfectly fine. It was a great day, honestly.
Nice.
Woke up, there's nice weather when I got outside. Turned my car on, my check engine light was off because it had been on for the last week or so. Got to work, no trouble, was able to get my morning coffee and everything. I felt good after eating it. It was the first like solid food I had had since Monday. Well, since Sunday, because I had only been eating soups.
Right. Soup.
It was good soup. It was Olive Garden wedding soup.
Ooh.
What, you don't like Olive Garden wedding soup?
I do. But do I eat it often? No. I don't think I've ever eaten it, actually, if I'm being honest.
Do you have a favorite soup?
A favorite soup. Okay. Yes, I do.
All right, cool. Thanks for elaborating on that one, Bud.
Okay, hold on. I really like anything with tortellini in it, which I guess is kind of technically a pasta, so it's not really a soup, but I love tortellini.
I think you can like you can do like a chicken tortellini soup, like there's other noodles that are in like soups and stuff. Like I think tortellini still counts.
Okay, fair enough. So as long as it has tortellini and like red sauce, I'm good.
That's just pasta, actually.
Damn it. Dang it. Shoot.
What you're describing right there is just ravioli.
I have this one guy at work. So I work in a Christian location. I don't think I've actually said what I work for the first time ever. Where I work. So I work in a Christian location, right? And so swearing is commonly frowned upon. I have this one guy. We contract some people out. This one guy comes in, and he's like, he says the F word, right? He's like, damn it. And then he says that, he's like, dang it. He's like, shoot. He's like, he keeps swearing to because he's swearing. And I think it's very funny.
And he doesn't want to be swearing because
they
frown upon it.
All right.
Fair enough.
Pretty crazy.
It's a funny bit though.
Yeah, you're welcome. I had to carry this podcast somehow.
Okay, I was being sincere that like for him to just be going, oh shoot, oh no, dang it, oh crap, just like keep saying it over and over again. That's very funny in real time.
Right.
Do you have any pop in your house that you could go drink or do it's like anything to get
you think soda has enough caffeine to get me going? You are incorrect.
Do you want to wait 10 minutes, go down to the store and grab yourself a Red Bull then?
I would if my car would start.
What?
Oh, that's what happened this week. My car
Dude.
You're like, what happened this week? I'm like, nothing. You know, just the normal stuff.
Why won't your car start?
Oh, I don't know. I was at work and I got off at 3 a.m. last night and I was like, boy, oh boy, can't wait to go home and sleep. And then I got to my car and figured out that I was not going to be able to go home and sleep because my car wouldn't start. Like it wouldn't even, it was just like I would turn the key. It wouldn't even make a noise at all. It wasn't like the, you know, like the, yeah, it was
like, your lights
no.
still coming on?
Yeah, my lights were still coming on and everything. I knew that it had battery.
Your starter's gone for.
Love it. Totally great. Amazing. After I just put $700 into this stupid car to fix it, now I have another problem. It's great. It's awesome. I could not be any happier. Thank you for asking.
The bad news is that it is gonna probably need repaired. I mean, definitely gonna. The good news is it's only like a few $100s, and if you get a rebuilt one, it's a little cheaper.
Only like a few $100s.
And like some places, if you get one and you turn in the old one, like if you get it done, if you do it yourself and you turn in the old one, they'll give you a rebate on it. I mean, you'll probably take it to a shop, but
most likely, yeah.
Unless your dad can replace a starter.
Depends on where it is and how difficult it is.
Most of the time, it's right in the front underneath. You just got to put it up on the not the jack, but the wheel stands. My buddy Caleb did it for me on my truck once. Nice.
I just hate. I used to have a love-hate relationship with money, right? It was great. I had money. I would spend it a little bit and then keep a little bit, stuff like that. Now, guess what? I'm not spending any money at all. Nothing. Not a single dollar. And I still have $0. And I want to die. Nope, that's not the right font either.
Yeah, money's stupid.
Money is so stupid, dude. Oh man, stupid.
And what's more stupid is it's not going to get easier.
Never will. Till I die.
I don't think even after that.
Ooh, that's a cool font. I wish it fit. What? If I die, then everything goes away. All the pain and suffering.
Not for me.
Oh, so it's all about you, huh? All about you. No,
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's fair.
Don't you remember that I'm the main character?
Main characters need character development, and what better way for character development
Yeah,
Have
we
you
were thinking
watched
for this.
Daredevil Born Again? Have
We
you
were thinking
watched
that
it?
this season will kill the best friend. When you texted me yesterday in a panic, I thought it's because you finally watched all the shows
I did.
and you
I
were
did
ready to talk about it.
I was, but I was also more worried about.
I knew it was going to
What
get
you-
done. I figured you would text me eventually.
Well, I figured you would text me eventually, so we were in this like standoff game over who's
Well,
texting who first.
in fairness, it usually depends on what you need to happen because I have these days for the most part free. Though last night I did go bowling with friends.
Nice. That's fun.
And I was able to stay calm for most of the night.
Congratulations, buddy. That's a good thing.
I don't know if you remember this about me or if the audience knows this about me. I get hyper competitive. I think in most
No.
things, but very
Oh.
hyper competitive in bowling.
Yeah, because you were on the bowling team, you fancy little boy.
I don't even think it's that. I don't know what it is, but there's just this because I didn't get competitive about anything else like I was a part of. Like I didn't care about being the best in marching band. I don't like any other sport that I did, I didn't care about. Like, but for bowling, it was like I needed to win, but I wasn't that good. So like it's not like I don't know, there was a drive to do better.
Yeah, for sure.
And even like
go ahead.
And even like last night, I was using one of their balls, not my own. I don't have my own shoes anymore. I didn't have like my wrist brace I had when I was in high school for it and everything. I am not practicing weekly like I was back then. So like there's no reason for me to be as good as I once was.
Right.
And yet anytime I did poorly, I hated them and myself for the fact that we were there. But then I'd turn around and I'd see my friends. And it's like, remember, you have to pretend you're a person who is allowed in polite society, as well as the fact that one of our friends brought their kids. And so it was just like, haha, I am a grown adult and I can control my emotions.
Get angry and roll the kid down the down the lane.
And then at one point, one of our friends like had brought a date. I think I don't know. There was a new person there, and somebody else had mentioned that I was on the bowling team to him, so he legit asked me for tips.
No
and
way.
I have done that to people where I start telling them how to bowl as a joke before.
Right.
But he was legit asking me for tips and how I recommend him bowl. And so I was answering him, and somebody just goes, "Oh my gosh, are you telling him how to bowl?" It's like, he asked me. He asked me.
I wasn't just doing this out of my own autistic will. He asked.
Okay. Oh, 1 second.
Okay, we're about to go crap himself, or he's getting food. There's only two solutions here. Two options. Man, maybe I'm not that good at multitasking. Oh, he's back. You didn't do either of the two things that I predicted you would do, and I feel terrible. I feel stupid.
Do you think I was going to come back with food or Dr. Pepper?
I said you're either going to take a crap or you're getting food, which neither of which you did.
Nope.
And now I look like a fool that doesn't know my friend.
Now you do.
Hey.
Should we talk about Macari again, or
no? You know, I just got you that as a joke. You know, it was just like a joke gift. You know, you know.
Why does it seem to hurt your feelings that I don't like it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I am so happy that you don't love it. I didn't want you to love it.
I didn't want to give it to you. I was going to keep it.
I was hoping you would throw it at the wall and stomp on it so that I could just like put it on my shelf.
I think it was rude that you took it from my house. It was mine. I don't know why you thought it was you could have it.
I was just showing you a really cool gift that I got myself. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, It's not even for you.
Dang it! None of these fonts are good. Why do fonts have to be terrible and impossible to find?
Do you know
That's a
what's
good one.
Do you know what's not terrible or impossible to find?
No, I don't. You're gonna have to explain them.
A good original movie in theaters now.
No way. A good original movie in theaters now that didn't come out 10 years ago and they're just making a remake of it? That's crazy.
Exactly.
What movie?
The movie is called Novocain, starring one Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid. Oh my goodness, that's the guy from The Boys.
America's favorite and only acceptable Nepo baby at this point.
The only one. That's it.
I don't like any other one.
All of them suck except for him.
Exactly. He stars as Nathan Kane, who has SEPA, which is a genetic condition that causes him have the inability to feel pain.
Oh, that's fun. I mean, it's not. It's really terrible, actually, for people who have it. But that sounds fun.
He finally gets the courage to kind of talk to and go out with the girl at work that he's had a crush on for a little while. Which she asks him out, so it's a little less creepy, but it's still a little like he's the assistant manager, and so like, hey man,
buddy,
chill.
what are you doing with your little power dynamic there? It's kind of weird, bud.
But like, she asks him out to lunch. They have a fun time. She then says like, hey, come to this art gallery showing tonight with me. They go, they connect. They go back to his place. It's a fun time for him, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, they played board games.
Yes. Well, the next day at work, their bank gets robbed.
No way.
And the actual bank manager gets killed during the robbery. And so they try to get the code out of him. And of course, they're like punching him in the face, trying to get it. And like, it's not coercing him to give up the code at all.
Because he didn't feel anything.
Exactly. Until they start threatening her. Just as random coincidence, because she's one of the tellers. And he decides to give up the code to protect her. They make off with the money and take her as a hostage.
Terrible.
He then, like, the whole reason he said yes is because this other guy, this old guy that he's like helping out and like being kind to as the bank manager, was like, he asked her, I forget the actual circumstance, but it was basically like, I loved her from the moment we met. Like, I would have been happy with just one day with her or something like that. And so that gave him the courage to actually like take her up on her offer for lunch and go out with her. And so like that kind of gives him the moment to like have the courage to go after her and try to save her. And it turns into this long, like super good action comedy with creative fight scenes that allow him to like do things a normal person that would feel pain couldn't, and allow for like more creative stunts and action activities, including, this is in a trailer, so I don't feel like this is a spoiler, a gun getting knocked out of his hand and going into a deep fryer, and him reaching in and pulling it out.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible.
I watched it with Autumn. She and I went to the theaters, and she was curled up in her seat next to me, holding my arm, going at a lot of it, and it was good classic violence, but it wasn't gratuitous, and it wasn't like there's no way that could happen,
right?
Because like I could kind of believe that could happen, and it was good. Besides Jack Quaid, it also starred Jacob. Oh man,
Jacob, my favorite actor.
Hold on. Batalon, I think. Ned from Spider-Man.
Oh, Nice. Yeah. I don't know the actor, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And Sherry, who's the girl, was played by Amber Midthunder, which awesome name.
Sweet name.
And it also has Ray Nicholson, who's Jack Nicholson's son, and Matt Welch.
Another Nepo, baby.
Yeah, but
just full of Nepos.
I don't like the way you said that, actually. But it's really good, and I recommend it. I'm not gonna. There are some like twists and things within the movie that make it even more interesting. I'm not gonna spoil it though, because I recommend not only Matt go watch it, but the listeners do as well. And it sucks that not a lot of people went to see it in theater yet. And there was a weekend where there was 3 or 4 movies that were all original, and the box office did terrible that week. And like you get the sense of like people that are yelling like everything these days are remakes. Nobody wants to go see movies, and it's like, well, these were 3 like original movies, original screenplays, not based on books or comic books or anything. And it was one of the worst performances we've had for the box office this year. It's like, well, at that point, like I talked about last week, seems like now you're just complaining to complain.
Yep. That's human beings right now for you. Isn't it great? Isn't it lovely?
Isn't it love? Sorry.
Yeah, you should be. I'm sorry. That was kind of mean. Thank you for gracing us with your voice this week.
No, it's fine. I'll never sing again, Matt. You've proven to me that it is a problem.
Oh my gosh.
And there's only one way to rectify it.
Oh, really? One way?
Just where did I put my sword?
Fall on your own sword. I am frustrated, right? Movies are great, and I think that people have lost going to movies. And I mean, I'm one of them. I hate going to the movies. Like, I only go for something that I really, really, really care about. And it's not that I'm not happy with those movies, right? I would probably watch that movie. It sounds awesome. But it might just be that streaming is bad. Oh, I have to keep going. Yeah, streaming. It's bad. It's not good for society, you know? It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to us as a society. And I think the society just is not doing well with streaming, right?
You suck at vamping, dude. I can't take 5 seconds to blow my nose because you can't figure out how to complete a sentence.
Oh, just edit it out. It doesn't matter anymore.
I agree that it is a problem. And like welcome back to Connor Rants About Something, because that's what this show is nowadays, apparently.
Streaming services, I ranted last week quite a bit.
The problem I'm finding nowadays with streaming services, and there's a recent example that I'm going to use for it, is like they're spending so much money on the movies they're making, and they're not making it back because there's not a really like a way to make it back unless they charge us more money, and that just isn't like. Some people are going to keep paying that, but there are not many people anymore that are going to keep doing that.
You already charge me more at the movie theater than I'm already paying. I'm going to stop going even more than I was. And streaming services, if you're going to keep bumping up those prices, I will stop every single one of them. Every single one of them. I will not hesitate. I may keep one, probably Disney Plus, because that's the one I use the most. But everyone else gone.
The movies,
goodbye. I'm poor.
The movies, I think, aren't something that we should like. Movie theaters, I get they need to make money, and a lot of the times the way they do that is with concessions. And so, like, a extra large popcorn is going to be $15 because they make the most profit on something like that. with the movie tickets themselves, they're not making that much profit. That's usually going back to theaters, investors, and all of that stuff.
Right.
And so, like, you just have to find ways that kind of help you with that. I don't go to the movies monthly. I kind of want to. I want to try doing that, but that doesn't always work. And so with my movie club membership, though, I get a free ticket every month. And so that's what $10 I'm not spending at the movies, but I am spending it on the app. But what that then allows me to have is 20% off in concessions. If I want to do a movie online, there's no extra fees for that. And like to buy tickets online for the movie, there's no extra fees for that, as well as other perks and stuff that I get in rewards through the apps. And so, like, yeah, it's probably not as good of a deal as it feels, but it does also feel like a good deal. And so, like, this last time I had 2 free tickets available because they roll over into the next month. And so I was able to get tickets for Autumn and I that would have been $6 because it was a matinee showing for free. And then like I said, I spent $25 on concessions. That's one date once a month. So that, like, yeah, that could be expensive, but it didn't really break the bank that much for me. Yeah. So all in all, that was $45.
Fair enough.
I get for some people that's a lot, and I get for other people there's more people than their family that they need to take to the movies. And so, like, taking kids, that's 4 people there if you have 2 kids and your partner and yourself. And so that can be a lot. But on the other hand, like, you're then able to put money back into a movie studio that, sure, the movie studio might not need all that money and the actors might not need all that money because they're already getting paid a lot. But I can see where the money is going with that. Yeah. On Netflix recently, they dropped a movie called The Electric State. And I don't want to be too harsh on it because it was the Russo brothers, but also those guys spent $320 million to make this movie. And from what I've been told, it's not even a good movie.
Well, that stinks.
And it's one of the most expensive movies ever made. And you can't even see the return on the profit because you don't see, like, we spent this many tickets were sold at an average price of this, and that's how we're getting the amount of money made for this movie. And so, like, you could probably make that budget back at a traditional theater, but you're not probably going to get it back, especially with bad word of mouth, as it being a streaming movie. I think there are some movies that make sense to be streaming, and there are some that just don't. But the problem is more people are likely to watch a movie on streaming now than go to the movies for it. And so those big event movies that probably should be a movie theater movie are now being put on streaming, costing the streaming services so much money. And that's why it's going to be $25 to have good Netflix in the next month. And then it's like, well, there's not even worth it for me to keep this service anymore. So then Netflix loses even more money. And so it's just going to be a vicious Aurora Borealis or whatever it is of the snake eating itself. I know that's the Northern Lights and I said the wrong thing, but it's just going to be a vicious cycle that is just going to lead back to us having cable again because there's so many different streaming services that are now all bundling together.
Yeah, it might as well just be cable at this point. Like, that's what's insanely frustrating about this. I don't want cable. That's why we got streaming.
But then you also have, like, Netflix canceling good TV shows after one season. Yeah. It's like you didn't give yourself an opportunity to make your money back because you didn't let the show that people were like you're gonna see an increase when Stranger Things season 5 comes out, but I bet you the next quarter it's gonna be a drop because of that. Like they're playing themselves, and it's not just Netflix; it's all the other companies too, because you have these big tentpole TV shows. Like when House of the Dragon came out, you probably saw a spike in Max. And you see things like that, and it's just gonna be like it's not a sustainable business practice.
Yeah, for sure, it's definitely not. But you know what? Have we talked about this? I think the CEO of Costco and the CEO of Arizona Tea should get together and run the universe. That's what I think. Because they are so customer focused on. To be fair, it's the food prices at Costco, like the actual food you can buy there to eat in store, not the grocery stuff. And the tea prices, which they have locked at 99 cents, even though I'm pretty sure there's a lot of places that jack up the prices for this. But regardless, they are all about the customers and the customers wanting to buy things. I don't know where I'm going for this. I just think they should run the world. That's just my opinion.
And that's because they try to find other solutions other than just raising the price or ruining the quality of the product.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I got a bag of chips once, like a snack size bag of chips, and there was 3 Doritos in there.
What?
Yeah.
3 Doritos?
And it's like the 1 ounce bag of chips. There was 3 Doritos in there. And I was like, "This are you? That's ridiculous."
Ridiculous.
It's I don't know. It's just capitalism is a broken system, and it was built on hubris and the fact that it's just going to keep getting worse.
Yep.
But hey, at least Jack Quaid made a good movie.
You know what? Good for you, Jack. Good for you. I appreciate you. I really do. I don't plan on going to the theaters to see it, unfortunately. Although I probably should. If I'm gonna start boycotting streaming services, I probably should go to the movies.
Yeah. You gotta help in some way, dude.
Too late for that, you know? Just it's too late. I'm already too far gone.
Anyway, streaming services are evil. Do you watch Daredevil this week on Disney Plus?
I did. It was good.
Yeah,
good combo there.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I was trying to remember what happened this week and not last week because I watched them very close together.
Yeah, this week we got
one of the best dialogues ever written.
It was good. It did remind me. It did. If you're talking about between him and Frank,
yeah.
It did remind me a bit of Guardians 2, where Yondu and Rocket are having that conversation. That's Guardians 2, right? Or is that Guardians 1? That's 2. Yeah. Where he goes, "I know you, boy, because you're me." That's exactly what it felt like, but in a more dramatic way, not a comic.
I really liked
it. Was good.
I really liked the your service. Oh, you serve. Just like just the intensity that every excuse Matt was given. That Frank was like, really? You're gonna feel bad for yourself? You're gonna feel bad for yourself when there's all these other things and all these other people that have had it worse, and you're gonna feel bad for yourself? Okay, man. And Matt just wouldn't let him have it because that's what he needed.
Yeah.
He needed someone not to let him off the hook. And that's what Murdoch wanted.
Yeah.
I know I just changed to calling him Murdoch and not Matt, but I did that because it felt weird because your name is Matt.
Fair enough. But I'm just as cool as Daredevil.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you have a secret balcony where you have nunchucks hidden?
You know it. Yep, I got it all. It's right here. Whoa! Yeah, you. Oh man, the camera's just not catching it. It's right there, but it's just not in camera view. That's really disappointing.
Yeah, it's super disappointing.
You're welcome. I just something for the fans. Wowie, look at the time. It's been good news. I'm almost done with the logo.
Yeah.
And my wrist hurts really bad.
Is the logo going to be good enough to justify the, I guess in the nice way, the half-hearted effort you've been putting in to the conversation?
Half-hearted? Half-hearted?
Has this been
I've
you
been giving
at
this entire
100% right now?
I'm always at 100%, Connor. I'm never not at 100%.
Well, that sounds exhausting.
Yeah, it is. But guess what? It's not.
I have to do it.
All right, hold up. Layer, bring, send it back. Oh, it's incredible. I feel so accomplished. Right, I feel incredible. This is awesome. This is actually better than the Invincible logo. Come at me, guys. I'll fight you.
Wow.
Like Invincible. I expect you to put Invincible in like the logo every time I say Invincible.
Just flash the logo on the screen.
Every time. No. You have to cut my audio out too. So you got to figure that one. Good luck. No. All right. Hold up. Let me just share this with you. Boom. Boom. Boom.
It's actually pretty good.
It's actually pretty good. I do want to say it's pretty good.
I would have made it in a larger format so it wasn't just the square, but it's pretty good.
Do you want me to make it in a larger format so it's not just a square? Because I think I can do that.
I think we can. Here, let me go in.
No, I got this.
No, I know what to push, and it's easier than me trying to tell you.
You know what? Font.
Okay, videos, more. Oh yeah, it is really hard to continue talking while doing this.
Right? That's what I'm saying, man.
Like, okay. So I'm just gonna keep having a normal conversation and actually engaging with you.
Oh, you know what? I beat you to it. Oh wait, that's not it. Never mind.
Boom.
Did you actually do anything?
Yes, I did. Ready for this?
Yeah, I don't see any change at all. What? Do I have to refresh maybe? I was just saying.
I made another one.
Oh, you made another one. Why'd you make another one? Mine was perfect. You could have just changed the one on here.
No, I just made a copy.
But you could have just changed the one.
That's how I turned it in. I'm not explaining this to you.
All right, that's fine. All right, well, that one looks great. Mine looks terrible. You can just fire me. It's fine.
Oh my gosh! Don't you dare!
I know I'm the worst co-host ever. I know.
No, you're not the worst co-host ever. You actually remember that we have to record.
Look at that. Yeah, I know. I'm incredible, aren't I? I'm the sexy one too.
That is what our website says.
Is it really? We have a website? That's crazy. I didn't know we had one.
I haven't edited it in a while because I can't, but it's fine.
Darn.
Geez, I don't have. Do you have anything you want to talk about? I've tapped out of everything.
You know, now that I'm not focused, my mind is flooding with new possibilities. I do want to talk about the. No, I don't.
You don't want to talk about. Well, it was a big week for us.
It was
talk about it.
I need to say a few things about the rookie this week. First of all, best opening ever. Like this is now edition number 3 of the best openings on the entire show. Right. Mwah! I loved it. And the fact that he is now a recurring character is even better. And he's now like actually got a name and a voice, and he talks English. Isn't that cool?
As opposed to when he was just speaking Simlish in the last episodes.
Well, he didn't have any speaking roles, Connor. He had singing.
Do you want to give any information for those listening so they don't feel like they're not following along as well?
Do you remember Daddy Cop Part 1, listeners? Do you remember Daddy Cop Part 1? How about Daddy Cop Part 2? There was a choir. How about Off-Duty Cop Daddy Cop part. It's like Toy Story. Toy Story 3 came back after that many years, and it just blessed my heart. It just made my heart big. But then they made a Toy Story 4, which really didn't make sense with the universe, the ending that Toy Story 3 provided. And then they're making a Toy Story 5 after the Toy Story 4 had a really, really sad and conclusive ending. I hate this universe. Okay, but yeah, so Daddy Cop Part 3, it was great. I don't know why Nolan is so angry about it, but he is.
I don't either, but the song is called 911.
It is called 911. You're correct. I apologize. But I was just highlighting that it is Daddy Cop Part 3. The best recurring character, in my opinion. I think he's fantastic, but Flula being in there as Skip Tracer Randy was pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. I did like Skip Tracer Randy. But anyway, so that was great. And then the best thing that ever could have happened at the very end of the episode. Guess who got fired?
Yes, the rookie that Matt hated so much was caught into a lie and was fired.
Guess what? Another lie. This time lying about cancer.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
it's
To be fair, we don't know if he's lying, but he refused to submit to a blood test to verify that he had cancer. So, he's lying.
yeah, but he wasn't lying. Why not just do the blood test?
Right. Because it's an injustice, and it is a infringement on his rights. It's not.
No, they even like go through and talk about like why they're allowed to do it.
Why
Because
it's legal.
Chen wasn't gonna do that until Mrs. Gray was like, no, they don't have, or no.
She talked about the doctor that he's seeing
Mr. Gray
known for lying.
And then because it was wild that he saw his old cancer doctor,
oncologist,
and they played it up like, oh, she feels weird that he didn't go back to her, and she's like,
right.
Oh, okay. And then like Chen put it together and realized he's probably
lying about cancer. You sick son of a nutcracker. You deserve to be fired. I hope you die. That's a little far. I hope you're a serial killer so that at the end of the season we can arrest you. I'm pretty sure the season finale is next week. I think there's only going to be 11 episodes. I could be wrong. But when they had that week-long break, I looked it up, and I could have swore it was 11. It might be 12. Maybe it's 13. Who knows? Not me. But I hope he turns out to be a nice little serial killer at the end of the season. And guess what? I hope they catch him. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
The season finale is set to air on Tuesday, May 13th.
Oh, Lord. We still have several weeks. Never mind then. I could have swore I looked it up, and they said it was like set for 11 or 12.
No, 18.
18. Oh, man, that's crazy. Wow, I was wrong.
Okay, you're allowed to be wrong.
The Rookie season 6 only had 10 episodes?
They had just came back from the strike.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Because season 5 had 22 episodes.
Yeah.
So it went from 22 to 6, now to 18. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Well, all right. Well, they still have a whole season to build his villain arc. Can't wait. So excited. This is going to be the best season finale in the history of season finales.
I'm glad you have
close.
developed a arch villain.
He is. I'm confident now. I think it would have been better if he had stayed on the police force story-wise. And just like there was nothing they could do about his lies, for a little while. I think it would have been better story-wise. But when they bring him in on that season finale and he's captured Chen and he's gonna rip her fingernails out or something, I don't know. I don't know what serial killers do. Do I look like a serial killer?
Sometimes.
I mean, I might. It's possible. When I shave my head, man, that's it. Serial killer vibes right there.
Gosh, I remember when you showed up to my house with a shaved head.
Wasn't it great?
No.
Yeah, it was awesome. I looked so good.
No.
Yeah. I think that every person who wants a shaved head should go take my example. Should follow in my shoes, my footsteps, and they should shave their head. You ever have those moments, and by moments I mean a very long period where your brain just doesn't work? Because that's me today.
Yes, Matt. I also lived through 2020. Man,
What
that
is
joke
that?
didn't hit you as hard as I
what
thought
is-
it was going to.
Oh, the brain fog? Are you talking about brain fog?
Just a long
Man.
period where my brain wasn't working.
It's a long period where my brain just felt really foggy. Foggy?
Say his name, Red.
Come here, I gotta punch you now.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I thought that was
What
so
are you
funny.
sorry for?
he like "Whoopah," and then he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I just loved. What are you sorry for? It's the realest thing you've done so far today.
Man, emotional. This show, I love it. I think it's doing good. I think it's doing good stuff.
Do you think within this season, Hector's niece will become the next White Tiger?
I feel like she's a little young, but at the same time, you know what? Next season.
Because we do know for sure that the actor who plays Kamala Khan's dad is going to be showing up in this season.
Really?
And we remember from the end of the Marvels that she kind of like met up with Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
And there was a sort of idea of like maybe
Young Avengers.
a Young Avengers or like the Challengers. Not the Zendaya movie, but the other one happening. Like the Marvel team of young heroes. Right. And a young White Tiger could be among those characters.
Okay, so if they're plotting this out, right? How long theoretically before we get like a Young Avengers kind of team?
Well, we already have a lot of the Young Avengers cast in the the universe.
We have
Hawkeye. Ironheart. We have Hawkeye. We have Isaiah Bradley's grandson who becomes Patriot in the comics. He is a character, hasn't had any sort of inclination of him becoming Patriot. But you know, with Sam Wilson being Captain America now, that might be something that can happen.
We have Hulk's son, theoretically, possibly.
Sakaar, yeah. We have Wiccan, and Speed is out there somewhere. We now know.
Yeah.
Kamala Khan herself.
Yep.
And then
theoretically, White Tiger.
Right. And so those are all the characters we know are available. And they could do a Iron Lad if they wanted to somehow do Kang again, but differently this time. And like try and use him as a way to cast Jonathan Majors is Kang. You know,
they seem really focused on Doom, a character that they haven't even introduced in a single movie until I guess the Fantastic Four, I would assume.
I'm not sure. I did see people talking about the Russo brothers getting questions on it because of course the Electric State they were doing press for that, but I haven't heard or seen exactly them talk about that yet. But you know, with Secret Wars happening, the young heroes could also get taken into Battle World, and it could be like hey, we're all children. We should try and like stick together a little bit at least, if not children, young adults.
Yeah.
Some people really want Kid Loki to come back from the void.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it could be fun, but I just don't see how thematically or cinematically that would work, and like, or story wise, I should say.
Yeah.
But you never know. They could find some roundabout reason and everything. It's just there is the potential and opportunity that could start
Do you
making that young Avengers team.
do you think that with Battle World coming up, do you think that they could take Loki out of the World Tree?
I think there is going to be something that has to do with Loki. So like God Emperor Doom is probably going to want to be in charge of how his story is going, or like something like that, and like him rewriting the universe is probably going to take him into conflict with the World Tree, I think.
Yeah.
And like, or what the sacred timeline is as the World Tree now, like that visual.
Yeah.
And so I think that'll probably bring them into conflict in that way.
Okay.
Which I think will be fun, because that is an interesting way to kind of bring Loki back as this movie's Red Skull.
Right.
Like how he was the keeper in like Guardian of the Soul Stone, but he wasn't like a main antagonist. Maybe he has a small fight scene or whatever, but he's like, that's not what I'm here to do. That's not what my destiny is. And like it could be a fun little like small cameo, if that answers your question.
I just would have loved to see a little bit with Thor, I think
we're probably going to see something with, I mean, they're probably going to have Thor's definitely going to be in there. They're going to have to pay off the scene of Deadpool cradling Thor and crying, or Thor cradling Deadpool and crying.
Yeah.
And I think maybe a creative way to do that is because Deadpool can break the fourth wall, is having Loki speak to Thor through Deadpool, maybe, or something like that. That could be a fun way to do that. And like, that's why he's crying. It's not because of Deadpool at all. It's because Loki was speaking to him through the.
Yeah, that would be funny.
So then Thor like gets to have a cathartic moment with his brother, but it also pays off with what I think was a brilliant joke.
Yes,
in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
And probably it honestly would even deepen that joke to be even funnier, because it's like, you're telling me he wasn't sad for me at all? The heck, Kevin?
Ooh, what if they use this to introduce more X-Men characters, more mutants?
They probably will.
Like, they'll pull in and be like, who are you? Like, we've never seen these characters before. And even the people will be like, I've never met you. Who are you? And they're like, I'm Charles Xavier. And I don't want Charles.
I think there will be an incursion.
Yeah.
And the MCU will mix with wherever Photon went at the end of the Marvels, that universe that has Kelsey Grammer Beast, and her mom's still there as Binary. I think those worlds might like fuse together, and that's how we sort of get like the X-Men have always been there.
Yeah.
The best way to describe it, I think, is when we had Crisis on Infinite Earths within the Arrowverse, and they returned to one Earth, and all of the history of all the characters had always just been on that Earth.
Yeah, I got you. I didn't watch the Arrowverse Crisis, but I did watch the animated Crisis. So I kind of get your vibes. I got you.
But I'm excited for the future, and we have the Thunderbolts coming up soon as like the next Marvel movie, and I think that's going to be very good. That introduces Sentry, which is a very interesting Marvel character. We can talk more about him when the movie comes out. But another thing just on everyone's radar that should be looking forward to is Andor Season 2 is coming out soon.
Great.
Star Wars, bud.
I know what Andor is, Connor. Thank you. I'm just not excited.
You should be. Andor's some of the best Star Wars that's been made in recent years. But
I
I
was
finally.
bored out of my mind the whole show. I'm sorry.
It's because you don't like mystery and intrigue thrillers. You like action.
That's not true. I definitely like mystery and intrigue. I just thought it was boring.
You're boring. I finally finished your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I still think the animation is garbage.
Sure. Fair enough.
I like that we got the comic accurate origin-ish for Tombstone with the chemicals and everything. Doc Ock making the designs for his arms to be on him. Norman Osborn being a jagoff and just like not caring and everything. And I liked the time travel aspect of like, oh,
yeah,
that's why that spider was there. That's why like all of this was going on and everything.
Yeah, and I thought it was gonna be like a Miles Morales situation where it was an alternate universe's spider, right?
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was his universe's spider, but from his own blood, which I just think full circle, that is perfect. That is so awesome.
It's a self-fulfilling Spider-Man. Like,
yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was really good. The second Doctor Strange showed up, and he was like, "I've never met you before," and he's doing all these portal things, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know exactly what's gonna happen."
Well, as soon as like I saw the creature, I was like, "Oh, they're gonna go back in time."
Yeah,
and this, like I said, I like the story of this show. The animation just makes me want to punch someone. I get what they were trying to do. I just don't think they did a really good job of it. Just
fair.
like I don't think the art style lends well to like a normal person throwing a punch. Because anytime like Dom or Dozer or any of the other guys from the 1/10th gang were fighting, it just looked so flat.
Yeah.
And like you can show depth really well on the 2D space of a comic book because you can do the action lines and things like that. But when you're trying to follow through with it in the animation in that style, I just don't think it meshes well.
Yeah. Although, and I know it wasn't full comic book animation, but Into the Spider-Verse, while having sort of a 3D animation style at the same time of intermixing comic book elements, I thought they did pretty great. But this one was doing like full 2D, like just comic-y animation, bright colors, bold lines and stuff like that. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
There's been worse animation, but I just not a fan of it, and it just brings the show down, I think. Otherwise, what is a decent story? Not the above average, pretty good to watch story.
Yeah. Great.
I have no more thoughts.
I don't either.
I do have one more thought.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that our listeners should go check us out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Threads to hear more from the Garlic Boys and see when we're posting new things. As well as they should head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/thegarlicboys to help support this show. They could do the $3 a month tier or the $10 a month tier to access all of our bonus content we have up on there. As well as they should check out our Redbubble store to see the designs that Matt and I have designed. Who knows? Maybe we'll put the Invincible styled Garlic Boys logo up there. I don't know. Maybe Matt knows. Who knows? And then you could also head over to youtube.com/@thegarlicboys to watch video versions of not only this podcast, but the Clever Boy Quiz this show as well. Matt, do you have a supplementary mom report?
Samantha Eve Wilkins. That's who is my supplementary mom report. We didn't give her a supplementary mom report last time, but I'm doing it this time.
Is that because we both said Debbie?
Debbie? Who the heck is Debbie? No, we both said you're what? I don't even remember what her name.
Oh, my sister's mom, Shannon. Yeah,
Shannon. That's what it was. Yeah, we both said Shannon.
Oh, you came up with one way quicker than I was expecting you to.
Yeah. I've been saving that since the beginning when we talked about Invincible. I've been saving it. Yeah, you don't have any time to think, do you, bud?
I'm gonna go with Miss Gray from The Rookie. She's a mom, and she's an awesome social worker for the hospital as well.
Solid choice.
Matt, do you have any final thoughts for this week?
Get more sleep than I did. I promise you'll thank me later. Not you, Connor. I don't care about you. The listener. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. That was mean.
Right, thanks for listening. Remember, as always, I guess, to stay garlicky.
Man, I'm sorry, buddy. Say his name.
On your left.